everybody. We're back. It's Mindy, Ed, and Don Rickles podcast. I'm Ed Mann, and over there, it's in that little box.
And I'm Mindy Rickles.
That's right. It's my lovely wife. We get together once a week.
That's right. That's right.
Get together any other time.
We never see each other. Just once a week for this podcast. Great to see you, honey.
It's good to see you, too.
You're looking well.
Been well, huh?
Yes, everything's really lovely.
Good.
Thank you so much for asking. Thank
Mindy's
you.
got her hair up in a cute little bun.
All right. Yes, and I'm wearing a leather and suede animal print skin tight bodysuit.
Everything is animal print.
Bodysuit with an open trap door wherever you would like it.
Oh, well, look. Oh, well, hello. It's not even close to midnight yet, but I'm feeling like it. I'm feeling like it. It feels like midnight after a few drinks.
That's right.
Trap doors. Well, now you got me all flustered. Like came out of nowhere.
I know. It certainly did.
Later on, as we are sort of want to do, we do a clip of your dad. That was Don Rickles, of course. And this was the second part of his second appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Right.
And as always, we thank Jimmy Kimmel and his team for allowing us to use these clips. Thank you so much. And he was in the middle of promoting Rickles' book, but we just got back from, where your dad grew up and where I grew up, New York.
My town, New York is my town.
I should claim it as mine because, sorry, I'm from there, but no.
And I'm not.
Mindy was born at Cedar Sinai of Lebanon. You would think that Beirut is her kind of town, but...
No, I was born here in Los Angeles, California, even though New York, I have to say, honey, and I always say this, the atmosphere, the tempo, the lifestyle of New York, it's just... The food, it's just for me. I come back to LA and it's like a big Valium. This whole town, it's casual, relaxing, jeans. Let's not get dressed. Let's go in jeans and a T-shirt. Everywhere we go, no matter what. Everything is so casual,
right, on the trip.
Yeah.
That when I grew up in New York, it was like no one wore jeans like to school. It wasn't done. It wasn't. We weren't uniformed. It was a public school in Long Island, but we did not wear jeans. And when I came out to California the first day, my mother always did this ridiculous, let's dress Ed up for the first day of school.
Right.
And I looked ridiculous and everyone showed up in jeans and T-shirts. And I thought, oh no, this is not going to go well. But that's LA, that's California.
Right. But it's funny, even though, as I was raised in Los Angeles and grew up here, I guess I grew up fancy. Everything was fancy. My parents, my mother dressed my brother and I in matching, very fancy outfits.
Which was great when you were 18.
I know. Then it was nice. Embarrassing. But I mean, I love to get dressed up, and it's like in New York, that works fine. In LA, that just doesn't. When I want to wear my crown, when we go out for like a light supper, and I'm like, can I wear the crown? Can I wear the crop diamond inside my belly button? For those of you who know that Elizabeth Taylor wore a diamond called the Krupp diamond. It was like 60 carats. I want to do that. I want to wear that out to Starbucks. And it seems like that's out of place here in New York.
You wouldn't let me leave the hotel room unless I had a sports coat on.
Of course, because we're in New York. You're like, can I just wear an old Letterman sweatshirt with some old jeans hanging down my ass? And I'm like, no, honey, you can't. You got to wear those nice pants that lift your ass into two little balls.
At least in the neighborhood we were in. I mean, it was like,
right.
Let's face it. Yeah.
That's
we
right.
were basically Midtown, Upper East Side. It was like people
and
don't do that.
You have to be dressed there.
And it's like, okay, next time we're going downtown.
Food, everything was great.
But the food's unbelievable.
The food's unbelievable. And I love, to go out everywhere you go. It's like, there's going to be action. Something's going to happen at every corner. Here it's like you turn a corner. What is it? A yogurt stand. It's just too boring. In New York, it's not a yogurt stand. It's a pretzel stand and a hot dog stand, a salami stand, a sausage stand. Yes.
It's incredible. 2 days ago, we just on a lark went to like someplace, some Chinese restaurant on 3rd Avenue with your friend Heidi.
Hi, Heidi. Unbelievable. Thank you for that, Heidi.
Yep, it was like one of the best meals I've had. It
was drop dead, right? We just
walked in, and it wasn't even that expensive, and it was like, holy cow.
Oh my God. It was incredible. And it was like, where can you get that unless you're in Hong Kong?
Really have to look.
Right.
And that's a longer flight.
Which, is my second home, Hong Kong. No, I've never been there. And the flight I couldn't take. What is it? 49 hours and 60 seconds. I cannot. Right. That's another thing. I love to travel, but I hate to fly. And, the flight home.
You're not alone. A lot of people are like that.
And you look at that tracker. And for me, it's like, how much more? 16 hours and 47 minutes and 12 seconds. And I just keep looking at that clock, waiting for the time to pass. And I have to say now, the food on the planes, I don't know if we've discussed airplane food, honey. Look in the file. Look in the file. Okay.
Look it up.
Airplane food in the old days, and I'm dating myself, but used to fly on the plane. And I have to say it was, with my parents, I'm not going to lie, first class. But I fly coach now all the time. Thank you for that, honey. But anyway, first class.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I just want to tell about the roast beef. All right, what do you have to say?
Nothing.
We don't fly coach. We fly coach, we fly first class, we fly business.
We do both. We split it up.
We run the game.
There you go. Okay, go ahead with your beef story.
Yeah, it was like, you sit in the first class and they come down with the cart, the sound of the wheels on the cart, on the plush carpet, on the 747. There's nothing like that sound. It's like a lullaby to me. They come with the cart down the aisle. They have that big roast beef. They're carving it at your seat. There's horseradish involved. It's a whole thing. They're tossing a Caesar. Tossing it, honey, with tongs and a wooden bowl. Now they come to you get like this little mound of brown, whatever it is, and you have to guess what it is. It's like a game show guessing. Is it meat? Is it turkey? Is it chicken? Is it a vegetable? You have no idea.
It doesn't matter. It's all covered in cream sauce.
It's covered in cream sauce. It doesn't matter if you're in business, if you're a coach, if you're trapped under the plane, strapped to the top of the plane, you're on the wing from a Twilight Zone episode. No. Everybody gets the same food. It's just a little mound of brown covered in some kind of, it's always in a cream sauce.
Now you know the story.
Everything is in a beurre blanc. Yes.
Now you know the story. When I grew up, you had some, like you said, you grew up, to some degree a little more highfalutin, let's say, than I did. And my mother, what she would do is like one night she might cook like a turkey. And don't worry, this will circle back to the food.
Circle back to me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll always circles back to you.
Otherwise, I'm nodding off. Go on, honey.
You're not in.
I love you. Go on.
You're my baby. So everyone's going, oh, listen to this too. Listen to these. You're going to throw up. So, speaking of that, my mother would make a turkey one night, and then the next night it would be turkey a la king. And if you know what that is, honey.
Everything was a la king with you. I know you told me.
It was a la king the next night, so it's like, there's nothing wrong with having leftovers, but she opens the can of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, heats it up, and throws it on the turkey. Now, when you're like 6, 7 years old, and you're this, you're not a gourmand, you're just, oh, Mom, thanks. And it was amazing. But for some reason now, I don't know, you walk on an airplane and there it is. It's this soupy mess on top of apparently decent food. Yeah.
And this time we flew very well. We were in our little pods,
Yeah, we came back,
very
got upgraded.
Far apart.
We got the upgrade.
And there we were, though, the food came, there was a choice of like 16 entrees. And it was like fish or chicken or this, and every single thing. Ed got a fish, I got maybe a beef. It looked exactly the same. It was 2 little brown, little sort of molds, little mounds with a little bit of this sort of creamy brown cream sauce on top for the two of us. Right.
And I'm not going to say it was good because it kind of wasn't.
No, it
was
wasn't
really
good.
No, it wasn't good. No, all I could do was wait for dessert and hopefully it would be ice cream or something like that.
That was another little brown mound with some kind of a sauce on top. That's right.
But New York was worth all that.
Yeah, it was. We had a great time.
Really was. We had a great time.
The shopping was great.
We saw Bridget Everett's show.
That's right. She was fabulous.
At any point in time in the future.
We recommend her.
Recommend it. We saw her show on HBO. Got to say, not overwhelmed. And then
but the show was so great.
Oh, really threw us for a loop. I couldn't believe how good it was. And so, catch her.
Easy to get to a show there.
Oh, yeah. And the Beacon Theater. I mean, a shout out to that. I mean, that's the most elegant, most beautiful theater I think I've ever seen.
And you made
I've
fun
never
of
seen
me
anything like it.
because you, excuse me, honey, you showed me like the ceiling and you said I just looked at it and went blank. No,
Well,
I thought it was
no?
lovely.
Oh, good. Well,
Okay.
I'm glad. I mean,
right.
you're into things like decorating. And I thought, look at this. You never get to see anything like this somewhere in
No.
Los Angeles.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, they have the Pantages Theater here for people who live in LA or have been here. And that's lovely. I mean, that's an amazing place. It's like Broadway in LA. They call it Broadway in Hollywood. And that's cool. But there's nothing like New York. You know,
No.
you can't find shows anywhere like you can there. And they're all just great.
Yeah. And I loved it the way you can just go to a show and then you can go to dinner. Actually, the restaurant we went to, I can't remember, but all I know is we sat at the table and there was like this little QR code or something to look at the menu. And when I see that, forget it. I don't understand it. I don't know what it means. You have to, I know, like a 90-year-old. You have to put your phone up to the code and you have to tap it, put it on an angle, swivel it around.
You're not alone. I mean, I think a lot of people are struggling with
I have no idea how to use that. And once that's there, it's like, just order for me. Whatever you want to get me is fine because I can't do it.
But go to park anywhere in LA, where we used to live near this place called The Villages in Woodland Hills, or The Village, I think it's called. The Villages is a retirement home, but The Village is a shopping area.
Where you're going very soon. I'm joking.
Yeah, I'll be there soon, so you'll be appearing permanently there. But the Village is you have to use the QR code on your phone to be able
for the parking.
to pay for the parking, and you're there for 5 minutes.
No, and it's like,
and it gives you a link. You have to confirm your license.
I just don't bother. I just hope I'm not going to get towed, and I also can't see the little meter or whatever because the sun is always glaring in your face. So even if you try to put in how long you want to be at the meter, it doesn't matter because you can't see anything. So what I do is I don't do anything. I just walk away. Just walk away. If it's a $600 tow, it's a $600 tow. I can't. I can't be bothered to do that, honey.
What
it's too
hard
much.
life you live.
It's exhausting. I know.
It's too much.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm thinking about like when when your parents grew up, they both were East Coast.
Right.
It was simple, more simple.
Oh, my God.
I can't imagine they were eating food like this.
No, and he couldn't have figured out these QR codes. I mean, thank God, Dad, you're not here for the QR codes because that would throw
We wish you were
a
here, but thank God you weren't here to see this.
To see these QR codes, thank God, Dad, you didn't have to see it because it's a horror show. It really is.
Oh, yeah. And his left hand would shake just a little bit. Not like Parkinson's. It did that when he was like 18.
No,
he had
my
this little
hands shake too.
And you imagine the phone going to the QR code. And it was like, Barbara.
No, he could never.
He could. There was no way that would work.
No, it's too much.
Oh,
it's too
man.
much.
Well, the other thing about your dad is that a lot of things were kind of done for him.
That's very true.
Honest.
That is true. I mean, and I sort of looked at that and went, oh, that looks nice. So then everything, since I grew up, everything was done for me. And then I just moved very casually from that life. And then late 20s, and I met Ed. And suddenly my wonderful, fabulous husband does everything for me. And I'm so lucky because I went right from that to my husband. And my dad, it's true, he had someone do everything. I mean, he went right on that stage, did his show. But when he was at home or anything else, there was someone there to help him with his beautiful clothes. There was someone there. He liked to make his own breakfast. He did like to make his own breakfast.
I was going to say, he wasn't, just sitting in a wheelchair waiting for people to do everything.
No. He exercised and did all that.
He exercised, right, which we've talked about, and the breakfast every day. But
he loved to make his eggs in the morning. That's right.
And to everyone's horror, he would drive. So
that was a horror. I remember one time he drove me to school when I was,
one time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was one time. And I was going to a girls' school.
One time.
Yeah, and it was like a storm. And I mean, I swear to God, I thought I wanted to just casually unlock my seatbelt and just casually throw myself into the road because his driving was frightening. And then we got to the school. Like I said, it's an all-girls school. And my dad's like, aren't the boys going on this trip? I'm like, no, Dad, I go to an all-girls school. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Your mother said that. That's right. Because, he had no idea what I did.
Couldn't be bothered.
No. And then I guess one time, did I say this already? don't know, honey, because that's your job because you take care of everything.
Well, I'm trying to keep notes.
He said, there was some kind of an awards show or something. And, I was an okay student, not great. And then my dad's...
But you were up for an award.
No, I wasn't up for an award, honey. That's the whole point. I was not up for an award, and my dad knew I wasn't getting an award. So he thought it'd be funny when all the parents and the kids were out to go, I brought a big truck for all of Mindy's awards tonight.
You might have mentioned that. Always worth repeating, though, because it's a great story.
And it was a great story, and it scarred me, but you got to love him for that, because everyone else thought it was funny.
Honey, it's like therapy. If it makes you feel better, we can talk about it every week.
That's right.
The listeners are here for us. They love you anyway.
They're like, she's an erotic mess.
Right. You can end up in the villages with me in a short 5 years.
That's right. Well, I married an older man, so we have to understand that you go to the villages. Now we call them the villages. You're going to those big villages up the road before I thought
you were going to say in the sky.
I know, no. God forbid. God forbid. No. We go together. We go together holding hands.
That's right.
Holding hands and just, staring at each other.
Well, this isn't called Mindy and Ed, and it's a love story. It's Mindy and Ed and Don Rickles, right? We have more to cover here.
Yeah,
we have more to cover
I know. Nobody's here to listen to me. They really want to know about Don Rickles, which I totally get that. I mean, I get that.
Why not?
He was a great guy. That's right.
We want to get to part 2 of second appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. And he was in the middle of promoting the book, Rickles' book.
That's right, which was a great book. Very interesting stories.
There were stories in there I had not heard, and things that really spanned, his entire life, all the way from, his childhood and, screwing up in school to World War II, and then, onward to his career. But so here it is. Let's jump in.
Okay.
This is part 2, and we'll comment along the way. Here we go.
Okay.
We're spending the whole evening with the great Don Rickles. His new book is called Rickles' Book, and we thought it might be fun to take some questions from members of the studio audience, and so we're going to do that. What's your name?
Dove.
Dove? And where are you from?
Rockaway, New York.
Rockaway, New York. Don, this is Don Rickles. Don, this is Dove.
Rockaway, New York, son. When I was a very young man, my mother and I, rest her soul, we had a bungalow in Rockaway, far away from the beach, and we carried umbrellas and all our stuff all the way to the beach to get a sunburn, not realizing that cancer was waiting. Nice to see you, young man.
Dove, you have a question for Mr. Rickles?
Yeah, I'd like to ask you, what's the biggest celebrity you've ever made fun of?
What's the biggest celebrity I've ever met?
Made fun of.
Made fun of? Well, there's no question about it. It would be Ronald Reagan.
Oh?
Frank Sinatra took me to the inaugural of Ronald Reagan as a guest performer, which I was very proud of. And I made fun of Ronald Reagan, and the remark was, snap out of it, Mr. President. You're dozing. I hate that.
And I have to jump in, honey, right there, because when my parents went to the White House and also to
the inaugural.
The inaugural. Thank you.
We covered the inaugural.
Did we cover the cold sore on my mother's lip? We covered that?
No, do that.
She was so nervous.
That's so interesting.
She was so, I know, that's why I have to bring it up. She was so nervous. She got a cold sore on her upper lip that was like the size of Mount Olympus. It was so big. And my mother's like, Mindy, does anybody notice the cold sore? And I was like, Mom, absolutely not. You look stunning. I mean, I could have climbed it. I could have planted a flag. But I didn't want to say that. And my mother did look beautiful, except for the cold sore. And I'm sure Nancy, nobody noticed that. But they
weren't looking at a cold
great
sore.
time. Yeah. No, they had a fabulous time.
You know you've reached peak couple energy when your undies match. MeUndies Match Me has you both covered. Literally, in super soft ultra-modal undies, socks, PJs, and loungewear. Festive prints? Check. Cozy vibes? Double check. And right now, it's deal season. Get up to 50% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Take your couple game to the next level with MeUndies Match Me. To get deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/comfort, promo code COMFORT. That's MeUndies.com/comfort, code COMFORT.
Another question. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Liz, and I understand you've been married for over 40 years. What is your secret?
I'm married there 42. The wife's in the back, and I don't want any trouble. The secret, there's no real secret. The whole thing is love and friendship and caring. We always worry about our kids, and they worry about us, and we all are one family together, and My wife, when I first met her, was so opposite of me, but yet we both have the basic things of love and the basic things of life. And that's why I adore her. And thank God she still adores me.
There you go. That's a pretty good answer, I think.
Well, how different are you and me? I don't know.
What
Are we?
What was
We're
it?
pretty
The
different.
love? Why? What do you mean?
Well, we are. It's good. We're a bit opposites,
We're opposites.
in a lot of ways.
And my dad and my mother also were opposites. That's very true.
Very much.
I mean, my mother was the much more, as we said, low key. And my father, of course, was like the way he was, as you saw him. You know, he could be very outgoing and charismatic, but he was also very loving and comforting, like you are to me when the plane, honey, is nosediving and you're right there next to me as I clutch your hand, covered in sweat. And I'm like, what's going to happen to me?
Well, luckily on this flight, there were pods and I couldn't even reach your
I know,
hand,
you couldn't reach me. It was like hands across the water or whatever. We were trying to reach each other.
A relief.
I was looking at you longingly from across. That's upsetting. From across my pod to your pod.
Sorry.
That could be our new song. From one pod to another pod.
Okay,
I was
let's move on.
All right.
Okay, you were looking, and I look at you on occasion, but I'm not sleeping, which I like to do. Okay, here we go.
Another question here. Yes, what is your name?
My name is Brian Cosme, and I'm a cashier at a liquor store.
Okay, and did you have a question for Mr. Rickles?
Yes, sir. My question is a lot of people call you
just look towards. Yeah.
A lot of people call you the king of insults. How would you best describe your sense of humor?
I'm fed up with you.
Good answer. So am I.
What's the name of the liquor store that you work at?
B&B Liquors.
And what does the B&B stand for?
B&B. Big buy.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And let's see, do we have any, did anyone else have, okay. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. Do you mind, excuse me there? All right.
Hi.
Hi there. Hi. Do you have a question?
I do have a question. Mr. Rickles, I'm a big fan. Tell me what it was like to work with Frank Sinatra.
It was annoying. I can say that because he's passed on. Had he been alive and I said that, I'd be sitting here like this. No, he was a great man and one of my heroes.
Thanks, sir.
All right, and I guess, well, that's it. I think that's all we have time for.
Who is that?
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Don. Jimmy, I'm so glad you're giving Don the full show tonight. That's awfully nice of you. You know, Jimmy, Don is very special to me. I've known him for many, many years now, and the thrill of my life was when I worked with him on the road. Yeah, that's when I discovered he really is a sweet, sensitive guy. Always ready to support you. Almost like a father to me, Jimmy. Like that night in Atlantic City in his dressing room. Oh, he was so nice.
Hey, Regis, can I tell you something? If we work together again, so help me, I'm going to the VA, and I'm going to be asked to be sent back to Vietnam. The war's over there, but I'm going to just stay there in the jungle and blacken my face so nobody finds me. I never want to see you again, Regis, really. Don't come around anymore. The voice is weak. You stink. You stink. You're not good, you stink. And stay out of my life, Regis. And keep that AM show off. I never want to see you again. I hope you get a boil on your neck.
That's what happened, Jimmy. Watch your back. It's going to be the longest night you've ever had.
We're here with Don Rickles tonight. His new book is called Rickles' Book. That is a message from his dear friend Regis. Now, you have a lot of great friends. Who do you like better, Regis or Bob Newhart?
Oh, it's not a tournament. It's two different apples and oranges. Regis, I met way before Bob, but Bob was in the audience tonight, as you all know, and I must say, this man has been something else to me because
Wow.
He came in Colorado in a big snowstorm when they were honoring me, and he came as a surprise like tonight, and then he spoke and presented me with something, and friends like that you can't buy. You certainly can't buy, and you can't win. You have to earn it, and I'm so proud and delighted. He's such a dear friend, and it was so great to have him in the audience as the response was from you people. He's such a major star in television and pictures, and as a friend, to know Bob and to be alone with him, as I have been, many and many a night, I swear to God, it burns me up because he's bigger than me.
That was really sweet.
Yeah, I mean...
That was so touching. I mean, I don't Very rarely did my dad like choke up like that. And
no, unless it was about his mother. Or,
right.
You know,
and I mean, he loved Bob. He really did.
Yeah.
They loved each other.
Yeah.
And even though
and
my
Regis.
dad, he loved them both.
Yeah.
And, you know, Regis was much more similar to my dad in that they were both very, you know, affectionate and showed it and whatever. And Bob was more low key. You know, my dad was a Catholic, but he loved my dad and they just had so much fun together.
Yeah. Oh, Regis was no less Catholic.
That's right. Regis was Catholic, but he was
Notre
more,
Dame. Come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But he was, you know, he just had a more outgoing personality, whereas Bob was just so low key. But they both, he loved both of them.
Please give him a hand.
And I got to tell you something. I love the idea that you and Regis and Bob Newhart, that you guys are friends. I mean, I don't know why, but it makes me happy to imagine you and Bob and your wives going on vacations together.
Well, that's the secret, as Newhart always says. He says, you're going to start that again? The key is the wives. Because that's every time we go on a trip, I always say, the key is the wives. And it's true. Think about it. The girlfriends or the wives, if they get along, somehow the guys become great friends. I've said this many times. Bob came from the Midwest, and I came from New York. And here's a guy that reads the New York Times, and I find out if the Dodgers won in the 9th inning.
Right.
And we became friends because of our wives who are so dear and close to each other. And then over the years, as I said about my own wife, our values are very the same. The same with Regis and Joy. They have that kind of camaraderie. And you and Sarah, I'm sure in life will meet somebody. Maybe. I can see Sarah going, hey, here's your love. No, she's wonderful.
We've actually become very close with Siegfried and Roy.
That was a good one. Give me a pencil. That was a great one. You jumped in with Siegfried and Roy. But getting back to Newhart, for him to come over tonight, and you, Jimmy, Jimmy's giving us a little party, which is kind of personal after the show, and that's very sweet of you, Jimmy.
Oh, well, believe me, it's my pleasure. All my
See, this is the stuff Jimmy would do that Letterman would never do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, or even Carson. It would just be like, good to see you. Maybe, maybe they get a bite to eat.
I mean, he's giving him a party after the show. Yeah.
Giving him a party. I mean, your dad loved nothing more.
Oh, my God. He loved a party, and especially a party about him. You know, so that was his favorite kind of thing. And so
oh my God.
That's why,
Perfect.
and, you know, another reason why he clicked with Jimmy is in such a way that they were just
Jimmy
so
knew.
close. Yeah.
You know, it's like, here's something done, but like.
Right. He loves old school. He loves old school Hollywood and parties and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah. And Jimmy, from everything we know about him, is a giver.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
And by the way, did you get my basket?
I did get, thank you very much.
Tell him what I said. I said about, you tell him.
You sent me, Don and Barbara, his wife Barbara, sent me a beautiful Italian food basket. And with the message, you recall exactly what
the message was to remind you of your heritage.
That's right. And I'll tell you something, nothing hits the spot when you've just had surgery like a giant stick of pepperoni.
That's why I gave it to you, from mouth to mouth. That's why I gave it. No, God forbid.
Thank you very much. No, it was delicious.
Look great. This is his first night back.
That's right. Many operations to come. Many
no, God forbid. You don't need operations.
The movie, one of my favorite movies, and I think a lot of people know you as a comedian, but also a very fine actor. Well, of course, you're in the Toy Story movies, and there's a third one coming out.
That doesn't make me a...
Well, no.
My grandchildren, they don't know me as Don. I go, Pop is Mr. Potato Head. Pop. That's my career. I broke my neck with Clark Gable. You young people, and some of you, you know the name Clark Gable, do you?
Sure, yeah.
Because what's happened to me, as you get older, you mention these great stars, Clark Gable, Burt Lancaster, and some of the young people say, well, I haven't run into that yet, but I hope it doesn't happen. But these were great people. In other words, today, I work with Robert De Niro in Casino, a great actor.
Sure.
Now, Robert De Niro, when they said, roll him, I would stand next to him with a gun. And Marty Scorsese, a great director, would say, all right, Don, you're right next to Marty, and it's 6:30 at night. And we worked all night, and it's 6:30 the next morning. And to stand there, and Marty would say, okay, all right, quiet on set. Now, Bob, you take the gun, and you look at Don. And he'd go, Marty, I don't know, the gun, maybe I'll take it, maybe if I take the gun, Marty, and I'd say, I want to tell you something, Bob. It's 6:30. I want to go to bed, and if you don't take the gun soon, I'm going to shove it up.
Well, I would imagine Robert De Niro is not used to being spoken to like that.
No, everybody said when I first joined the cast, they said, don't get around De Niro serious.
Really?
He is. And I first went to the Bel Air Hotel. He just finished Cape Fear. And I came in, he had, I don't know if you remember, Cape Fear had the hair over his face and everything. And I walked in, I said, hi, Bob, because Marty Scorsese said, you got to meet him before you do the movie. Hi, Bob, I'm Don Rickles. Oh. Whoa, hey, whoa. And I said, I'm here with a moron. This man's making $8 billion a movie, and he's going, oh. But I kid about him. He's a wonderful artist and a great actor. And I make for, even when we go in restaurants, he's another one like Letterman, wants to hide under the table.
Right, yeah.
Order dinner. Bob, they were serving. He's very, very...
well, you'll be happy to know I will be on top of the table tonight when we go to eat, dancing my little heart out, my appendix out. Well, we have another... This was supposed to be a surprise, but you're very inquisitive and you find out everything. But we have one of your old friends, somebody who I've seen recently, actually, and she is unbelievable, just a phenomenal performer. Keely Smith will be with us.
Goodness.
Don Rickles is here. Rickles' book is the book. Let me show it one more time. It's in stores now. We'll be right back with
So, honey, I got one last story about you. Remember the Keely Smith story? And your dad was being honored somewhere, and Keely was performing.
Right.
And Keely always liked working the crowd, so she'd bring, Robert Stack to sing a quick duet with her, Tea for Two, whatever the song was. And somehow or another, she comes to the table, because it was honoring your dad.
Right.
And I'm kind of like snapping my fingers in time, because I'm a musician. I'm like listening. Right. She could probably sense, oh, maybe this guy knows what's going on. Hey, you, why don't you come sing with me?
Right. I remember.
Right? So I stand up, and I'm singing whatever it was, Tea for Two, in harmony with her. Your dad was so overjoyed. He already had like 4 drinks, I think. Was so overjoyed. He literally yelped. He goes, there he is, keeping my name alive. And you leaned over and go, he doesn't have your name, Dad. It's a different name.
I know, because to him, you were Ed Rickles. Everyone was Rickles. That's right.
Oh my God.
Or even when we would, after we were married, we'd have a party or for your 50th birthday or something, and my dad would be like, it was a great night, and I paid for all of this. And I'm like, Dad, no, you didn't.
Actually,
we paid for this. Right.
And thanks for coming.
Yeah, because he was so used to saying, I paid for all of this. For 20 years of our marriage, I paid for all. No, you didn't, Dad. You paid for the wedding, and then we moved on. Right.
And we tried to move on from there, and that's, let him enjoy his feeling of philanthropy or whatever that is. All right, honey, that was a good one.
That was fun, honey. I loved it.
That was a lot of fun. All right, we'll see you.
We'll
see you next time. I love you too, and we'll see you, I guess, in about a week.
I'll see you in a week. That's right.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.